Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. We're going to start with Simran, and could everybody please sit straight? Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru,
Fateh Bana Ji. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Before we go into the Katha, the topics that were sent by Harkirat Singh were love and Ardaas. But I thought, let's talk about the hukamnama that Maharaj just gave us. Because before we might have hundreds of things in my head, oh I should say this, I should say that. But Maharaj is actually given a hukam. So let's listen to what Guru Maharaj said in this hukam. It's by Guru Nanak Dev Ji as well. So we can't say, some people sometimes have this param, illusion, call it misconception, that there's a difference between the Gurus. They'll say, oh I like the first 5 Gurus, I'm not so sure about the next 5 Gurus. It's not something that people here don't have. All over our Panth you'll hear this again and again. And it's a really sad thing actually, because all the Gurus said we are one light. So it can't have gone wrong. Dasa Parchaar di Jod is Guru Granth Sahib Ji. But let's just go back to Guru Nanak Dev Ji said this today. He said, look, oh he is a Shabad. Now we might say, how can we pray to the Shabad? Maharaj says, Ape Shabad. Now Vaheguru is a Shabad. We say Vaho Vaho Bani Nirankar hai. This means Bani is Vaheguru. It's a form of Vaheguru because Bani is Brahm Gyan and Vaheguru is Brahm Gyan. So we follow the Shabad. And then it says Ape Nisan. What is the sign? It's Nishani hondi like a sign. So Vaheguru is a Nishani as well. We think, what does that mean? Why is he the Nishani? Well, we have to go to Japji Sahib. In Japji Sahib Maharaj says Ki Amul Baksis Amul Nisan. That when he says he is the Nishan, that means he is the sign of the Kirpa. He does Kirpa upon us, of the Shabad. And that Shabad, when you take it on, it becomes our Nishani. When we go in the world and we say something, that Kirpa of the Shabad that cleanses from inside. And when we talk with the Shabad. When people hear us talking, they're not really interested in what you're saying. They're looking for the sign of their Guru, of Akal Purakh Vaheguru. So the Nishani is of that truth, such. He is listening and he is the knower. Ape Surta, Ape Jan. He is the person who is knowing, he is the person who is listening. So actually Maharaj is saying is you yourself are one of him. You might think you're lost, but he is the one who has made you lost. And he is the one who's inside you right now. So all of this is his play. It's a khel. You might think, oh, why is it a khel? Because sometimes we let our kids make mistakes. We know that they don't have the mat. We let them make mistakes, but we expect them one day to grow up and get that gyan, and then they will have kids and look back, say they make mistakes. In the same way, all of us spiritually, wherever we are in our levels, wherever we are, it's a kid. Who's watching us like a father or a mother, and he's watching us make these mistakes, and he's inside us and he's waiting for us to wake up. Because it says next, Ape kar kar vekhe taan. He watches everything, he's doing everything, sab kuch dekh raha, and he himself watches. He has the power. Sometimes we think this cannot happen, but when Vaheguru's power is invoked, it can happen. All the way here, we're talking about, Panji was telling me Katha. This was somewhere abroad. A Gora Sikh wanted to learn how to tie his turban. So Sangaji, listen, the Gora Sikh wanted to learn how to tie his turban. He didn't know. And he wanted to learn. And for 7 days, some Singh came to his door every day, woke him up and said, at 9 o'clock, said, I'll tie your turban for you before you go to work, so you learn. And on the 7th day, which was a Sunday, because the Sikhs in the Gurdwara didn't help him, people would laugh at him. Not outwardly, but they would laugh smile at his turban, because it wasn't a very good one, you know? Some people like to have a slick the style. He didn't have one. So, what happens on the last day is, the same guy said, now you tie it. The Singh said to him, you tie, I'll watch you, and here's your bana today, you're going to wear your bana. Jado Gurdwara Aya, when he came, all dressed up nicely, and he was in the Gurdwara, they was walking by, he saw a picture of somebody. He said, who's that guy? They said, oh, that's Guru Gobind Singh Ji. He goes, okay, so he's still around, right? Like, no, 300 years ago. He said, but I've seen him every day this week. He came to my door every day at 9 o'clock. And He tied my turban for me. Sat Sri Akal. So we need to tell our kids, we need to tell all of ourselves, apne mannu samjhana ya, Guruji is not gone anywhere. Guru Gobind Singh Ji is here right now. He's literally on the other side of a curtain. We can't just see behind that curtain. He's not gone anywhere. That power, ape kar kar vekhe taan. He has that power. He's watching. He's gone nowhere. And he's watching every single one of us all the time. Like a parent. And it says, Tu data naam parvan. You are the givers, Waheguru. We might think we made, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of pounds. We gave 10 grand to Gurdwara. And we think we done something. Look, ape data. He is the one who is giving, and the only thing that he is accepting, if he's got currency, he's the giver, what does he accept from us? Naam parvan. Nothing else is acceptable. If we're going to pay him anything, only Naam will work. Then Maharaj says, Aisa Naam Niranjana Deo. Such is the name of that Waheguru. Something very similar to this is said in Japji Sahib. We say every day, Aisa Naam Niranjan Hoye. That Waheguru is pure. Oh pure, he's pure. And his name is pure. He's that beautiful, his name is the purifying name. So then it says, Aisa Naam Niranjan Deo. What happens? Hon Jachak to Alak Apeo. The Guru Sahib is telling us now in this. I am a servant, I'm a beggar. Jachak means a beggar. Jachak Jan, Jache Prabhadan. Kar Kirpa Devo Harnam. The beggar asks of Waheguru one thing. Jachak Jan Jache Prabhadan. Kar Kirpa. Do your Kirpa Devo Harnam. Same thing here. Hon Jachak to Alak Apeo. You are invisible. Our kids know that Waheguru can't be seen. They know that because they can't see Waheguru. He's invisible. Theek hai, he's invisible. And he says he's apeo, unknowable. But he's also visible and also knowable. Isn't that awkward to understand? Meet the invisible man, take his clothes off, he disappears. But you wrap him up in something and you can see him. Who is the form of that invisible man? The invisible man that we can't see, who controls everything. When we cover him up in something, he comes as Guru Nanak. There's no difference between Guru and Guru Nanak Dev Ji and Waheguru. The difference is simply this. We can see Guru Nanak. We can't see Waheguru, but we can see Guru Nanak. That's the only difference. It's the water from that ocean. When the ocean, the glass comes out, it's the same glass. Whatever was inside Waheguru is inside Guru Nanak. There's no difference. So our kids need to understand this. Our kids, and we need to understand that. Guruji is the light of Waheguru. And he is now the Shabad. And he is now in the Khalsa. So we beg from him. And dekho gal sigi Ardaas di. Today's talk was about Ardaas. What's the Ardaas? The Ardaas is this. Hon Jachak, I am the servant. I'm a beggar. What do I want from you? Your name. And now Maharaj says about love. We were going to talk about love today. Maharaj says, look, Maya moho tarkati nar. Loving Maya, he says, is useless. Who would love somebody who is ugly, dirty and promiscuous? That's what Maharaj is. He's not saying, he's not cussing women. No, Maharaj gives women a very high situation. But he's making us understand something. That this is not what we would follow. Then Maharaj says, Raj Roop Jhutha Dinachar. All this stuff that we chase for, we chase many things. But one thing is guaranteed. Death. Can't get away from it. Dinachar refers to the end of our life. Maharaj says your life is as long as 4 days. Inni ki hegi hai sirf 4 din. Dinachar and Raj Roop is Jhutha. To look after your looks and look after money is Jhutha. Now Sikhs also earn, don't they? We earn. We pride ourselves in being successful people. But Maharaj also tells us, even though you're successful, don't take pride in it. because He is the giver. He gave it to us. It was a blessing. Don't get proud of it yourself. Because if we say you're not the giver, Waheguru, then Sikhi stops working for us, because we start patting ourselves on our back. To go on forward, Maharaj goes in this Shabad, something very interesting. Maharaj says ki Baap dise ve jaat na hoye. One who knows his father will never become illegitimate. Ve jaat. Who is our father? This is the important part. Because if Maharaj is telling us that we've been lost in the love of Maya, that we wasted our life in Maya after money, after looks, which we often do, but with Naam, he says that you will get a light. When we say light in the darkness, it literally means this. If we close off all the lights in the Gurdwara right now, there was no light anywhere, we'd all still be here, but it would be dark. We couldn't see each other, but it'd be dark. Maharaj would still be here, wouldn't they? Now what if in that time, somebody gave us a torch and we could see? That's the only difference. There is Guru Gobind Singh Ji is here right now. All the Gurus are here. They haven't gone anywhere. The difference is, we can't see them. So when we start off in Ardaas, and we say, Pratham Bhagavati Samarike, Guru Nanak Laite Aaye, we're remembering Guru Nanak Dev Ji is here. He's our Father. Tum Maat Pita, Hum Barik Tere, Tumri Kirpa Me Sukanere. So the Ardaas starts off by invoking our Father and our teacher, our Guru, the one who owns all of us, who we are his servants. Servant means Sikh. The whole of this comes back to all of us saying, Waheguru, I am your son. And if we know him, if we know our Father, Baap dise ve jaat na hoye. When we know our Father, Maharaj says, Eke ko nahi pau koi. The one who belongs to Waheguru has no fear. So in our life, we are trying with all of our might, Maharaj is telling us, hukamnama, to connect to the one who made us, our real Father. And then Maharaj says you will become without fear. And not only will you become without fear, Maharaj says, Sabad mue man te marya. Man te marya. We will end up conquering our mind with a Shabad. This is a very deep philosophy, I can't go into it right now. But Shabad is all about Sachkhand. This is what we're aiming for. We're trying to bring that Appe Shabad, He is the Shabad, and we die in the Shabad. That means we achieve Waheguru through the Shabad. Inside us comes Waheguru, because He is the Shabad. If our mind accepts the Shabad, our mind becomes one with Waheguru, because Shabad is Waheguru. Very deep philosophy. This is what Maharaj is trying to get us to do, is to connect to God through His words. And the last bit Maharaj says, what happens to this person who keeps his mind and keeps Waheguru in his mind and accepts the Shabad? This person does something amazing. Avar na suje gur ko varya. Varya means to be a sacrifice. When Sanity, look at this. Maharaj has talked about love for Maya is false. It's not right. Maharaj has told us Shabad is our Guru, we should follow our Guru, we should recognize them as our dad. Waheguru is our dad. What will happen to us? We'll become without fear, and finally we'll sacrifice ourselves on our Guru. And who do we remember in the Ardaas? After we remember the Gurus, we remember the people that sacrifice themselves for their Guru. We start with the Panj Pyare, Char Sahib Sade, Chali Mukte. So Ardaas is, Maharaj has already told us what's happening. Before we even started this Katha, Guru Sahib gave us the teachings, what we should talk about. Now, instead of doing line by line Katha of the Ardaas, because that's obviously a very long thing, I want to talk about what love means in Sikhi. Now there's three things for us that are about love. There's three things that we love in Sikhi. The first one is Waheguru. Now when we have in our family, kids all understand we love our parents. We don't get to choose our parents, but we still love them. In this situation, Waheguru is a parent to us. That's what Guru Sahib says. But not only is a parent, is actually a beloved parent, Pyara. For us, Waheguru is somebody who is our friend and our lover. So a good way to explain this is that the soul, if we're going to extend the soul was once part of a big one. Okay? The story of the soul is this. When we came upon this earth, before we came upon this earth, let's imagine we were all part of a big ocean. Okay? Now this ocean is one. It's one ocean. It's all part of one. But this ocean decided to take a little drop out of the ocean and put it separate from the ocean. So that's us. We're the drop. We've come out of the ocean. The ocean and the drop are connected. But the drop loves the ocean. Because the drop is only a little bit. And the ocean is the entirety. So that little drop, that's our soul. And our soul misses the ocean. That's all it is. Where we are on the earth right now, we forgot. We forgot we were ever part of that ocean. To understand the relationship of Waheguru with the soul is as simple as that. We've come out of that ocean and we miss the ocean. We don't even know we miss the ocean. When we start to do Path and Simran and Kirtan, a young kid one asked me once, he goes, why does my dad cry in Simran? Oh, kyun ronta hai? So have you seen anybody in Kirtan Gurdwaras who start crying? They're crying because they've just realized they've experienced God inside them. Through the Shabad, through saying Waheguru, through Gurbani, through sitting in the Sat Sangat, they suddenly touched Waheguru. And all of a sudden, that connection that was there before, ocean, heart, little drop, the love, suddenly became clear. Suddenly, they realized, oh my God, I missed the ocean. That's it. As soon as they realize they missed the ocean, they start crying. I miss you. Make it simple. You know when kids go on holiday and they go away for a little while, then they forget their grandparents or auntie or whatever, or even go to university or school, then they forget you for a little while, then they come back and they meet you again. When they meet you, suddenly, sometimes tears come out, don't they? After separation, just sanjog hunda hai. After vijog, there's sanjog, sometimes people start crying. They miss each other. That same tears, Sasani, the same tears come when we connect to Waheguru. So when your parents or your aunties, your cousins or somebody cries in Simran, they're going through what we call Bairag. Bairag is the pain of separation. Whether you like it or not, we've come from the ocean. Whether you realize or not, we've come from the ocean. But the world has convinced us that we're not part of that ocean. The reason I don't say God is people have negative connotations with God. Yeah? We've come from the ocean. We're not fish. He's thinking. We've come from the ocean. We have to go back to the ocean. That's the journey of the soul. That's it. When you were in the ocean, we were in bliss and joy. And we were very happy. Now we've come out. There's a big gap inside us. It's an ocean-sized gap. Inside that little drop, there's a gap. And the gap is as big as the ocean. Nothing can fill that gap but the ocean. We can search for it in money. We can search for it in the opposite sex. We can search for it in power and respect. We can search for it in drugs. We can search for it in alcohol. These are all part of the illusion that's been set up. But everybody knows that whatever you try, the whole is as big as the ocean. And nothing is as big as the ocean apart from the ocean itself. So nothing's going to plug this gap. That's why it says, Pukhiyan Pukhna Utri, Je Banna Puriya Pahar. That book will not go. This will not go. There's only one thing that can solve it. Is the ocean. So we need to go back to the ocean. When we were doing Simran, that's what we were trying to do. We were trying to remember the ocean. To remember where we came from. The word Simran means remember. That's all it means. Remember where you came from. So Sangaji, to use the ocean, sometimes people think, I'm not sure about the ocean. Let's think about it this way. We do Kirtan Soila, we all heard it, है? There's a beautiful line in there. Maharaj says, Sab mein hai jyot, jyot hai soe. Sorry, keh lo. Sab mein hai jyot, jyot hai soe. Tiste chanan, sab mein hai chanan hoye. That translation is, inside everybody is the light. And that light is Vaheguru. That light is not from somewhere else. It's not like this kid here has got a different light to I have. We've all got the same one Vaheguru. Every single being. Sab mein hai jyot, jyot hai soe. Tiste chanan, sab mein hai chanan hoye. The shining of that light is in every single one. But how do I get that light to shine? Gur Sakhi Jyot Paragat Hoye. The Guru's teachings, Sakhi here means the Guru's stories. What Guru's teachings? The Guru's teachings are the way to make that light visible. So our Guru is come with only one thing. As it says in Bani, Bhule Marg Jine Bataya Aisa Gur Vadpagi Paya. The lost way. The drop came out of the ocean. The drop's wondering, how do I go back to the ocean? How do I go back? It needs a light. It needs a path. A light and a path. Someone to walk in front of it and say, this is the way back to the ocean. This is the way. Bhule Marg, the lost way. Bhule, the lost way, Jine Bataya. The one who told me the lost way, Aisa Gur, this person, Vadapa Gipaya. A lucky person finds such a Guru who shows them the way back to the ocean, to where we came from. So, the two things have been come up here now. The first one is, Vaheguru is for us our other half. It's not like the drop has anything else that can fill it. So yes, it's the bigger half. When I say half, obviously it's much bigger. But to understand it in a relationship, Vaheguru is the true lover. Nothing else can fill that gap. Vaheguru is a true lover. That's why Guru Gobind Singh Ji says, Mittar pyare nu hal murida da kehna. Tell him, my beloved friend, about me, his Sikh. He says murid means Sikh. He says, tell that beloved friend of mine about me. So our Vaheguru is the first beloved, Mittar Pyara. The second beloved in Sikhi is the Guru. Guru is also the beloved. I want to tell you a story. After Guru Nanak, whose name do we remember? Guru Nanak laite aaye, phir Angad. Phir Angad Gurte Ardaas. We remember the Gurus because the Gurus are our beloved. But let's look at what Guru Angad Dev Ji said to Guru Nanak. Do you know when Guru Angad Dev Ji became the Guru, he was told to go elsewhere from Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, I'll stay here in Kartarpur, you go to Khadur Sahib. You go there, and you'll be the Guru there, I'll stay here in Kartarpur. Okay? So they weren't together anymore. But they were both around. And soon after that, Guru Nanak Dev Ji passed away. They went Jyoti Jyot. They were basically Vaheguru, just the physical body disappeared, but the light was still there. Now, Baba Buddha Ji went to go and tell Guru Angad Dev Ji that Guru Nanak has passed away. When he went to tell him, then some words came out of Guru Angad Dev Ji's mouth when they heard this. The words that came out of Guru Angad Dev Ji's mouth are in Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Can you believe that? Sometimes Bani is a story of our Guru's lives as well. There's many Shabads that have a history behind them. This two-line slok comes up. Guru Angad Dev Ji says, Jis pyare syo nehe. That beloved whom I loved. Nehe means love here. We're talking about love today. Jis pyare syo nehe tis aage mar chaliye. Just like a mother or a wife or a beloved would say, you know, I love you so much, I'd rather I die before you die. Jis pyare syo nehe tis aage mar chaliye. before he dies, let me die. Why? Why? Because Trig Jivan Sansar Take Pache Jivana. Trig means useless. Trig Jivan, useless Jivan, and Trig Sansar, useless Sansar. Trig Jivan Sansar Take Pache Jivana. Living after my beloved is gone is useless life and useless world. Now you imagine how many people, you imagine what Romeo said to Juliet. You imagine what Juliet said to Romeo. Didn't they both die in love? Hana? They did not want to live without each other. One of them took on a poison that made her look like she died, and the other one realized that she might be dead. He killed himself. Then she wakes up and realizes he's dead. She kills herself. This is the same thing. Guru Angad Dev Ji is saying, oh my gosh, my beloved whom I loved has gone. I wish I had died first. Because living on without him is a useless life and a useless world. This is the love. This is the love that Guru Angad Dev Ji had for Guru Nanak Dev Ji. We have that love for our kids. A mother wishes the same thing. Ki mere bacche, they live long, let me pass away before them. I would hate to be around if they passed away. Satsangaji, this is how the Sikhs thought of their Guru. And that's why they became blessed. They loved so much. They loved so much. Our Guru is our beloved. So the first beloved is the Mitra Pyara, Vaheguru. The second beloved is our Guru. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji says something very beautiful. Same word, Mitra Pyara. He says, Ki Mitra Pyara Nanak Ji main chhad gavaya, Rang kusambe pulli. That me, I lost my beloved friend. My beloved friend that we just talked about, Vaheguru and Guru, says, Mitra Pyara Nanak Ji main chhad gavaya. I forgot Guru Nanak. I forgot Vaheguru. I forgot. Why? Rang kusambe pulli. Kusamb is a little, like a dye that's not a permanent dye. It's just it goes on the kapda and then you wash it off. It's a bit like those impermanent tattoos you can buy. Now kids, you understand that, innit? Get those tattoos, yeah? They put on your hands and they fall off after a little while. It's not a permanent tattoo. It's not like you have to sit there getting needle on your arm. So it's an impermanent tattoo. For the sake of something which was impermanent, we left our beloved. That's what Maharaj is saying. For the sake of something that wasn't important, it wasn't important, I lost something that was very important. My beloved Vaheguru and my beloved Guru. This is the state of many people in our Panth now. We say we are Sikh. So Sangaji, if someone said, can you please explain the Shabad to me? We would struggle. Many people couldn't even read the words of our Gurus. Let's look at this a little bit more. Imagine our own father or our own mother had passed away. Before they passed away, they left us loads of letters. Because in the old days, they didn't have webcams and stuff, right? So they left us loads of letters telling us something important about themselves, about their life, about what they wanted to teach us. Now what would we say to that child who gets older and then looks at the father's letters sitting on the shelf, mother's letters on the shelf, and doesn't bother opening them to read them? Wouldn't that be sad? Imagine what the dad would be thinking, that he spent all those hours writing out those letters. And he'd be thinking, I hope when my kid gets older, my kid reads these and gets to know me, because I'm not here right now. He gets to know who I am, what I wanted for him or her. These are the words of our Guru. No one has changed these words. Jesus did not write that many words for his disciples. Prophet Muhammad didn't write his stuff. People wrote it for him. But here, our Guru themselves speaks to us. He goes, I mil gur sikh, I mil tu mere Guru ke pyare. He says, oh my beloved Sikhs, come meet together. You are the beloved of my Guru. The third thing that is beloved, that we love in Sikhi, is Sikhs themselves. The Sikhs are the beloved. The Guru loves the Sikhs, loves us. He adores us. We get sometimes we get a bit sharminda about this. Our Guru really loves us. Really loves us, all of us. It's not the case that he looks at us and thinks, Ki tu to maraya, I'm not interested in you. No. So Sangaji, our Guru really loves us. Tell our kids our Guru loves us. Bahut pyar karda sanu. Maharaj says in Bani, Tum maal pita hum barik tere. The Guru is Vaheguru, there's no difference. He protects us the same way. It says in Bani, Apne balak aap rakhiyan par brahm Gurdev. Apne bacche nu wo aap samdaya. No one else, he himself comes. Somebody once told me a beautiful story. You can Google him by Sukha Singh. Told a beautiful story about this. He said that one day a king asked a pandit or a holy man, he said, you say God, he said God comes to save his people himself, with his own self. He goes, but you also say Vaheguru is so big. He's so big. Because if he's so big, why doesn't he send somebody else to come and do it? Why does he come himself? You know, when we see important people nowadays, if you knew Bill Gates and you asked him for a favor, most likely Bill Gates wouldn't do it himself. He'd send somebody else to do it for you. See, and normally, if you want the Queen to do something for you, she'll tell someone else to do it for her. He said, I'm a king, I would send somebody else. Why does Vaheguru come himself to come and save his people? That yogi said, that Mahapurush, he said, I'll show you, I'll teach you this lesson, I'm not going to do it now, I'll show you the answer, you come and tell me the answer. The next day, the king was out hunting. When he was out hunting, as he was coming back from the hunt, next to the river, they were going to cross the river, he saw his son standing there by the riverside. And as he saw his son fell into the river. Now that king straight away rushed to the riverside himself. He had all of his sona and his armor on. He ripped it off and jumped into the river to save his son. When he got to the boy, he realized it wasn't a boy, it was just a statue. It was a mock-up of the boy. So it wasn't real. Then when he came to the riverside, the yogi was there. And the yogi said, Pata lag gaya? He goes, I didn't understand. He goes, you had loads of people around you, you had your viziers, you had all your soldiers around you, but you jumped in to save your own child. Why? Why did you do it yourself? He goes, because it's my son. Mera putya. I don't trust anybody else to save him, I do it myself. He goes, Vaheguru is the same. Apne balak aap rakhiyan par brahm Gurudev. Ape shabad, ape nisan. He is himself the shabad. He is himself the nishan, the nishani of this. Vaheguru is and Guru is our beloved, and we are the beloved of Vaheguru. It's up to us to recognize our Father, but our Father already recognizes us. He hasn't forgotten us. Some of us might have forgotten him. But Sanity, he has not forgotten us. There's many a story of people who have turned to their Guru in their deepest, darkest times, and Guru has answered the call. But Sangatji, in the Shabad, it said, when you recognize your own father, it doesn't mean he's not your father. He's always been your father. But when you recognize your own father, then you build that relationship. So right now, Guru is our father. For all of us. Ek pita, ekas ke hum barik. Tu mera gur hain. It doesn't say Vaheguru there. It says Guru. Ek pita, ekas ke hum barik. Tu mera gur hain. Guru is teaching us this. I am your greatest father. Your mother and father in this world might be there, but we say Pavan Guru. Pavan Guru, Pawn Guru, and then what do we say? Pani Pita, Mata Tart Mahat. The first one was the Guru. The first is the Guru. Guru is teaching us, you might think your mother and father made you, but it's not true. I put the life into you. It says in Bani, in Anand Sahib, Maharaj says, Har Jio Gufa Andar Rakhe Vaja Pavan Vijaya. Pavan, born Guru, same thing. Now Vaheguru, when we were just a little bit of flesh inside our mother's stomach, in the womb, at that point, Vaheguru breathed into that little bit of flesh and made life, put a soul in there. The same drop that came out of the ocean, that drop was put there by Vaheguru, direct. And the first responsibility we have is to that Vaheguru. Not to our parents, but to our Vaheguru. We forget Vaheguru for the sake of our family. That's why it says in that later on, Maharaj says, Ki, in this life, the world is like the same fire in the womb that God protects us with. The same fire is outside as well. And in this fire that's inside and outside, it makes us forget Vaheguru. Liv Shurki, Lagi Trisna, Maya Amar Vartaya. The live, our connection to Vaheguru is being broken. When we were in the womb, we had a connection to Vaheguru. When we came out, we wanted milk. We wanted our parents. We wanted to play. We got older, we wanted to get married, have money, have kids. And all of that, we forgot. Where have we come from? The ocean. But where have you got to go back? The ocean. What is this game about? It's about finding the ocean. Now, Sangaji, here's the really cool bit. Where's the ocean? Get the ocean. We keep talking about the ocean, kids. You talk about the ocean, right? We come from the ocean, we've got to go back to the ocean. Where is the ocean? We're in it. We're in the ocean. It's just here all around us. So Sangaji, what we're going to do, try for just a couple of seconds to now imagine, actually, we're in the ocean right now. We haven't gone nowhere. Ocean is here right now. We're going to close our eyes. Everybody can close their eyes. We're going to imagine we're floating on top of water. Okay? We're just lying back. If you can swim, don't worry. If you can't swim, suddenly, magically you can swim. Don't be scared. You can swim, you're on the ocean. You're floating on the water. Now Satsangaji, we've all got the ability now to breathe underwater. We can do that. We can go underwater and breathe now. So now we're going to sink in the water. We're going to sink in, and all around us is that Bani. And that Bani is Vaheguru. We're floating in Vaheguru. Is all around us. Everywhere around us we can breathe Vaheguru. Is coming in through our nose and coming out of our mouth. Vaheguru is everywhere, all around us, connecting to us. And actually, we start to recognize this is where we come from. This is you Vaheguru, who I'm breathing in right now. You are where I came from, and you are where I have to go back. You Vaheguru, you is all you. I came from you, I have to go back to you. You're the one who made me, you're the one who sustains me, you are the one that's doing all of this game, and when I pass away, I have to go back to you. It's all about you. Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Let's try and remember why we came here. If in this, when we do Simran now, if you start to feel Vaheguru because of this special word that Guru's given us of Vaheguru, is this mantra, Vaheguru Gur mantra hai, jap home khoi. When you start to recognize that Vaheguru is where you come from, Satsangaji, if you start crying, don't be scared. It's very normal. Just enjoy it. Enjoy connecting to where we come from. We've come from Vaheguru. We have to go back to Vaheguru, and it's all around us. It's nowhere far. It's right next to us. Anga Sangha Vaheguru. Closer than our arms, closer than our nose is Vaheguru. It's all inside us. say Ik Oankar Sri Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh, we are saying Ik. From that one, we all came out in Oang. That sound made everything. Oang. And became Akar. World was made. The one with the sound made Akar. Ik Oankar. Sri. Shromani. The highest of the high. Sri means Shromani. Ik Oankar. That one who made everything is the Shromani. Vaheguru. Shromani Vaheguru Ji. We've given it a name. In naam ban gaya. The same as Satnam. Became a name because he put a G at the end. Sri Shromani Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Their victory. Fateh means victory. We are not working for our own victory. We are working for Vaheguru's victory. That's the deepest ego form. We've taken ego out. We're not interested in winning for ourselves. This is not Sikhan di Fateh. No. It's Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Sarbata Pala. Ik Oankar Sri Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Sri. Again, Shromani Bhagwati Ji Sahai. Bhagwati means a sword. But in this case, Guru Gobind Singh Ji is saying to us, Vaheguru is going to be like the sword at your side, protecting you. I will be like the sword at your side, protecting you. Remember me as your protector. Bhagwati means a protector for us. It's the kirpan, it's a sword. Guru Sahib is saying, I will protect you myself. That's why it says in Bani, As kirpan, khando, khadag, tupak, tabar, artir, saif, sarohi, sahati, ye hai hamare peer. These are my God, these are my Guru, because they protect me. Because apne balak aap rakhiyan, Par Brahm Gurudev. How does he protect us? Right here. Like a sword, he protects us. And the sword is in the hands of the Khalsa. And the Khalsa is Vaheguru's. So the Khalsa protects us. The Khalsa is a Kalpura ki Fauj. But the Khalsa is a form of Vaheguru on this earth. So then, Ik Oankar Sri Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Sri Bhagwati Ji Sahai. Let it always stay by my side. Let that sword, who is Vaheguru protecting me, stay by my side. Sri Sahib Ji Sahai. Same thing comes on later on. It's the same thing. Ik Oankar Sri Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Sri Bhagwati Ji Sahai. Var. Sri Bhagwati Ji Ki Padshahi Dasmi. Maharaj says this is the var of the sword. I'm going to teach you about the sword and what it does, the history of the sword. Later on, if you don't know the history of it, this is of Chandi Diwar. But Chandi Diwar is not about Durga really. It's about the sword. And the sword sits on top of a lion. Sits on top of a Singh. Because Chandi rides a Singh as well. Guru Gobind Singh Ji wrote this. Then, Pratham Bhagwati Simrike. Start off by remembering Vaheguru, who will protect you. What do we say? Hamri karo, haath de racha. Oh Vaheguru, let's remember the one who's protecting us. Let's remember our Vaheguru who made us and protects us. Pratham Bhagwati Simrike, Guru Nanak Leitya. Remember Guru Nanak. Who is Guru Nanak? He is a form of Vaheguru upon this earth. He's come down as that light of Vaheguru. Bhai Gurdas, he says very clearly, Ki Nirankar became Akar. Nirankar Vaheguru became Akar as Guru Nanak. Don't tell your kids your Guru was your teacher. Your Guru is not your teacher. You don't bow down and give your head to your philosophy teacher or your science teacher. That's not who our Guru is. Our Guru is an enlightener. He's not a teacher, he's an enlightener. He enlightens us to become one with Vaheguru. He's come from Vaheguru, he takes us back to Vaheguru. He is Vaheguru. He's a form of Vaheguru, he's an enlightener. Vaheguru is light, Guru is the enlightener. What do you call the one who enlightens you for the light? You call him the light as well. He is the light. The one who enlightens you is the light. Vaheguru is the light. That's why it says in Shabad, we say again, Gur Gur Eko Ves Anek. There's only one Guru. Comes in many forms. The Shabad. Every Gur Sikh. Every bit of philosophy that is Vaheguru is the enlightener. So, Pratham Bhagwati Simrike. Guru Nanak Laite Aaye. Phir Angad. Gurde Ardaas. Guru Angad Dev Ji loved Guru Nanak. He became the form of Guru Nanak. Guru Amardas Ji served Guru Angad every morning getting their pani for them. People laughed at them. They said, people can laugh at me, that's fine. But teri pagat na chodo, pave log hase. People can laugh at me, but I don't want to leave your bhakti. He became the next Guru. It was all about love. They got tested on that love, but they stuck to that love. Just like a faithful wife. Next, it came to Guru Ramdas Ji, who loved Guru Amardas Ji so much. They loved him. They became the next Guru. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji, who loved his father so much that he cried in Lahore ki Maharaj mainu wapas le lo. In Shabad Azare, the story that comes up is he was crying for his father. He's crying for his Guru. And he got made the next Guru. It's a story of love. It's all about love. Sikhi is about love. That's why Guru Gobind Singh finishes off at the end. Saach ko ho, sun le ho sabe, sare sun lo, e gal, sare sun lo, saach ko ho. I'm speaking the truth. My Guru's truth I speak. Saach ko ho, sun le ho sabe, jine prem kiyo, ten hi prapayo. Only love is the way. That's why all the Gurus came. Guru Arjan Dev Ji loved their father. And Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji loved Guru Arjan Dev Ji, their own father. And then, Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji, the grandson of Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji, they loved them as well. Pure love. Guru Har Rai Sahib, so much compassion for themselves, for people, for animals, for plants, everything. And then Guru Har Krishan Sahib Ji, who loved so much the people of Delhi, all the people of Delhi, that they passed away in that same disease they were trying to solve. The Mother Teresa of nowadays, that's Guru Har Krishan Sahib Ji, at the age of 8 years old. He saw love. They loved the world so much. They say in Christianity that God loved the world so much, He sent His only child into the world. Guru Gobind Singh Ji, look, he loved the Khalsa so much, he gave 4 of his children for the Khalsa. Not 1, 4. And they said, Char mueta kya hua? Jeevat kai hazar. Thousands more live on. So then Guru Har Krishan Sahib Ji, their uncle, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, became the next Guru. And then Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Guru Gobind Singh Ji, who loved us so much, he gave up his whole family for us. Sarbanstani we call him. And then he gives us the original light. The one that Guru Nanak Dev Ji talks about. Jaise mein aave khasam ki bani, taisara kari gyan be lalo. As the Bani of God comes to Guru Nanak, he lets us know that Bani becomes a Guru. Tan Tan Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Sare bolo Tan Tan Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Vaho Vaho Bani Nirankar hai. This is Jevat Avarna koi. Jitho aayi hegi hai, it can take us back there. Banis come from Akal Purukh's own mouth. Don't tell your kids that Guru Nanak Dev Ji wrote Bani. Don't tell your kids that Guru Ramdas Ji wrote Bani. Tell them why Guru made them write it. Why Guru made them speak it. Because Guru Ramdas Ji says in his own words, he goes, oh Guru Sikh ho. Tu sare baithe ho na? You're Guru Sikhs. Sare baithe ho, you're Guru Sikhs. Oh Guru Sikh ho Mara says, Satgur ki Bani, Sat kar jano Guru Sikh ho. Oh Guru Sikhs, accept the Guru's Bani as the truest upon the truth. Sato Sat. Sadgur ki Bani, Sat kar jano Gur Sikho, Har karta aap moh katai. That same aap that we talked about, Ape Shabad, Ape Nisan, it means that God made the Shabad come out of Guru Ramdas Ji's mouth. He's saying, Har karta aap moh katai. He makes me speak it. Bani is from God, not from anybody else. It's not from mortal human being. It's from God. All the Bhagats that wrote Bani, it came from God as well. The same Bani came from Vaheguru. Because Harji Base Saad Ki Rasna. That's where he is. He's on the tongue of the beloved saints. So Sasangi Ji, this thing about love, the culmination of that love was the Panj Pyare, who loved their Guru so much, just like we heard in the hukamnama at the beginning, they loved their Guru so much, they var gaise Guru dute. They sacrificed themselves for their Guru. When Guru Gobind Singh said, give me a head, they stood up and they gave their head. Now, this is the scary part of Sikhi, because now love demands sacrifice. Love in Sikhi is about giving yourself, and it is about demanding a sacrifice. Guru Sahib wants to give us something very big. But in order for us to get that something very big, we have to give something. This is the swap. This is the swap in Sikhi. God is the gift we get from our Guru. What do we give? We give the I. We give ourselves. We give our head. The game of love is always played with the head in this pant. It's not played with the borne at the end of the Kirtan. It's not played with the Sunday Sikh sort of thing. Yeah? We do play it nowadays in that way. So Sangaji, let me tell you one thing. The prize is the ocean. Unless we understand the prize that we get, we're never going to want to give our head. We'll always ask, why? Why? Why should I give you my head, Guru Nanak? What are you going to give me back? And that's good. Ask that question. There is a soda to be had here. Sacha soda. The true soda is this. The ocean. Bhule marg jine bataya aisa gur vadpagi paya. If we want to find that Guru who's going to connect us back to the ocean, this is the meaning of Gur Prasad. This is the meaning of Gur Prasad. That Guru can bless us to go back to Waheguru. That's his power. He's come with that. We're going to have to do something. We're going to have to give ourselves. Love is played unconditionally. Look at the Gurus. Look at the Panj Pyare. When you read the Ardaas, this is what it's talking about. It's the game of love. And who did that? Panj Pyare, Char Sahibzade, Chali Mukte, Hatiyan, Japya Tabjanane, Naam Japya, Vand ke Shakya. They lived this life. Dekh lahi teg wahi de ke andit kita. They forgave as well. De ke andit kita means to look and forgive. See the faults and forgive. And afterwards you remember, Chinna Singa Singinyane Taram Het Sees Ditte. The same cease that Maharaj asks for on a hand. A pyar di kheliya, but it's played with the head. And we tell our kids, how should we love our Guru? Tell them, love them unconditionally. Don't ask, give. First give. Give your head first. Follow Guru Sahib. Ask the questions, ki kyon? When Maharaj says, the prize is God, that's the prize. This is what we will get if we give ourselves to our Guru. And so Sangaji, let me tell you just one thing, because we're going to finish off with the Shabad now. Let me just tell you one thing. There's nothing like God on this earth. Dunya chang chang ke dekh lo, there's nothing like God on this earth. And there's nothing like Gurbani on this earth. Gurbani is jag mein chanan. Only the light of God is there. There's nothing else. If we want to go and join with Waheguru, then we have to go to the Shabad. We have to go through this way of Guru Sahib has given us. A Sikhi is about love. It's about giving ourselves to our Guru, and it's about following them in this way. So Sangaji, because there's nothing like God, that's why it says Amul Gun, Amul Vapar, Amul Vapar Ye, Amul Pandar. That's why we say Amul. Amul, because Sangaji, there's nothing we can give God that He doesn't already have. He has everything. We have nothing to give for this. The only thing we have to give is this I. I means walking the path. That's all it is. Guru Sahib has shown us the path. Bhule Maharaj ne bataya, aisa gur vadpagi paya. What do we have to do? We have to start walking that path. This is the path of enlightenment. This is not a religion. This is a path of enlightenment. If you're not walking the path of enlightenment, you're not walking the path of enlightenment. That's it. If you're not trying to get enlightened, then you're not going to get enlightened. If we're not walking this path, we're going to lose life. Because this life is a gift to cash in and get enlightenment. That's all it is. Life is about getting enlightenment. And if we're not trying to get enlightenment, we haven't understood what life is. Well again, that's what Maharaj says, Heere jaisa janam hai, kodi bad le jai. This life is like a diamond and it's being swapped for pennies. So Sangaji, do a little Shabad with Guru Gobind Singh Ji, which is Sach kaho, sun leho sabe, jine prem kiyo, tene hi prapayo. Love is the way. Love means giving ourselves. Maharaj is speaking the truth. There's nothing else in this world that we can do for our Guru. All we can do is love him. Love Guru. That's what this is. Don't be scared. Love Guru. Just love him and let him love you back. Recognize your father. That's where we come from. When we matha take, let's give ourselves. When we matha take, let's come to Maharaj. Lalo. Lalo, sir Lalo, sab kuch Lalo, because he know he is the biggest giver. You will never lose by giving to him. He is the Data. We're going to start by doing a Simran of Ang Sang Vaheguru. Ang means your limbs. We got 4 Angs. Ang. 2 legs, 2 arms. God is closer than those legs and arms. If we lose a leg, we don't lose God. If we lose an arm, we don't lose God. Ang Sang. Sang means close, with you. He's closer, he's with you like your legs and your arms. But he's actually closer than your legs and arms. Because you can't lose Vaheguru, but you can lose your limbs. Ang Sang Vaheguru. This is the thing. So we're going to sing that Shabad that Guru Sahib is saying to us. Remember, remember, remember. Don't lose this truth. Only love will get you to God. Nothing else.
Ang Sang Vaheguru, 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 jin prem kiyo, tin hi brahma payo, jin prem
Vaheguru is Nirbhav, isn't he? We say Ik Oankar Sat Naam. Through the name we're going to find the Sat. And what is that Sat like? What is that Sat like? Karta Purkh. He's the doer. He's not just the creator, he's the doer, does everything. Karta Purkh Nirbhav, without fear, Nirvair. When we find this Naam and the love for God, when we experience God, we are going to become Nirbhav. We are going to become Nirvair. And that's why we remember those people that became Nirbhav and became Nirvair through the Guru, and then they achieved something for Sikhi. They done something. That's what the Ardaas is about. We remember those people. Jinna Singha Singha Taram Het Sees Ditte Band Kataye Khopdiya Lohaiyan Charkhadiyan Te Chade Tan Arya Naal Chiraye Gaye Gurdwariyan Di Seva Sambhal Lai Qurbaniyan Kitiyan. Varya Qurban Hona is the same thing. That's what the Shabad was about at the beginning. Sanity ji, Maharaj already told us from the beginning. The only way to do this is to go through Sikhi, because Maharaj says at the end of this, if you find this, Avar Nasujay Guru Ko Varya. When we recognize Guru as our dad, then we will recognize no one else. Ad Ant Eke Avtara Soi Guru Samjio Hamara. Guru is the one from the beginning. Ad Gur E Namah. Jugad Gur E Namah. Sat Gur E Namah. Namah means Namo. Respect. Sri Gurudev E Namah. Gurudev. Gurudev is our Pita. Gurudev is our Mata. Gurudev Mata, Gurudev Pita. That's the same one. The Guru who is divine. Guru who is divine. He has the power to give Guru Prasad. We want to follow somebody, let's follow the one who can enlighten us, the one who can give us something. And what does he give us? What do we ask him for? Jachik Jan, Jache Pravdan, Kar Kirpa Devo, Har Naam. That's what they said. Beg. We beg from the Maharaj. This is the Ardaas. The Ardaas is, give me name. Give me this God realization. That's what name is. God realization. And how did we get that? The Sikh is given it by the Guru. Satguru Sikho Naam Tan De. What is the Sikh? Gur ka Sikh Vad Pagi hai. That's how we finish off with Nanak Naam. Through the name, Chardi Kala. Chardi Kala means my kala is rising. My kala is my state. My spiritual state is rising. Nanak Naam Chardi Kala. The kala is not Tandi Kala, it's not going down, it's rising up. Where is it rising? From here. It's rising to this spot here. This is what we started off with. Let's sit straight. The Simran is activating this door. Dasam Dwar. 9 Dware Pargat Kiye, Daswan Gupt Rakhaya. He made 9 visible holes. Tell your kids about it, it's not scary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 10th. We got 10 doors. We got 10 doors, everybody. 9 doors that are visible. And the 10th one up here is invisible. And that's where the invisible Lord can be experienced. God is invisible. We said that in the Shabad. But He's not unknowable. Knowable through here. No dware pargat kiye, daswa gupt rakaya. Guru dware laye pavni. We come with love to our Guru. Guru dware laye pavni. Ekna daswa dwar dikhaya. He will make us see that dasam dwar. We're going to go to Anand Sahib now. This is the Anand. The Anand is up here. The true bliss. The true bliss is going to come from Guru. This is what we want to be following Sikhi for. To get the bliss. To enjoy Sikhi. The bliss and the ras of Naam is all from Guru Sahib. Satgur Sikho Naam Tande Gur ka Sikh Vad Pagi hai. We're very blessed to have this Guru who can teach us this way of enlightenment. But Sangaji, let's make a commitment to our Guru today. 5 minutes a day, we're going to sit and we're going to say Vaheguru. 5 minutes a day, we're going to sit and say Vaheguru and say, Guru Sahib, if you are true, if that guy who came here was chatting away for an hour, if he's not a Gappu, then I can experience God through your name. I can experience God through saying this magical Vaheguru mantra. Let me try. What's the harm? Tode 5 minute jaan ge ki hoega? Kuch nahi hoega. What if you find God? Just imagine it. Imagine if you cashed in that ticket to your Guru and you found God by saying Vaheguru. This is what this way is, the way of enlightenment. Then you will say, Anand Paya Meri Mai, Sat Guru Main Paya. My Guru was a teacher of truth. He taught me the truth. He is definitely the teacher of the truth, Sat Guru. He teaches me the truth of me and of Vaheguru. Bola chuka dikhe Bakhshin ji, Vaheguru ji ka khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh.